You know, have you ever gone to a place and they give you that side eye? You have your dreadlocks, you go to a church, they give that side eye like you don't belong.
Yeah.
You go to a church, you're rocking your pins, yeah?
Yeah.
For freshness purposes. And people are giving you that look like they have seen the biggest sinner of all time stepping in, you know?
Yeah.
Like Assistant Jesus is, you know? How do we change that in church?
You see, it's the funniest thing is that the church people themselves do not have enough knowledge about the Bible, because if they did, and I'm not putting it in a context of demeaning, I'm not. But you see, if you read the Bible and you know the Bible, you know that the whole concept is about unrighteousness, finding righteousness.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
The Bible, there's a part in the Bible where it says, all your righteousness is like filthy rags to me, that is God. You understand? So if you read the Bible and you know that context, then you would understand nti gwe olowooza nti oli mulungi osinga oli naate oyinza okuba ng'oli bubi because gwe obubi bwo tebabulaba nnyo ng'oli obubi bwabutadde mu kitangaala. You understand? So that's why you see a lot of people from church come out and say, oyo kamiri ayimbira sitaani, say oyo abo tebamanyi bye bakola. You understand? Yet it is very clear. The gospel is to reach out to the people that do not know God. And now if you are judging them by their look, then what about Samson? What about David, who killed another man and slept with his wife?
Yeah.
And yet God says, this is the only man after my own heart. Then how about Solomon, who had 300 women and 700 concubines? You understand? So the Bible is a concept of us receiving righteousness from God himself, knowing that all of us, including everybody that thinks is righteous, is actually unrighteous.
I like that. I like that. As we come towards the end of this broadcast, what's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
The best piece of advice I've ever received is to trust God. Because if you trust in man, I've learned by experience that man only needs you when it is beneficial to them. 100%. But you see, when you trust God, God himself will wash you up, clean you up, and build you up.
Yeah.
You understand? We have examples of alien skin from nowhere, and now he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
We have examples of Fik Gaza from nowhere, from Lipanda, where nothing good is actually ever expected to come out of that place.
Yeah.
He was from South Africa recently. You understand? Me, I believe there is everybody here and out there watching. God has deposited something inside you that only you can see it. Nobody else can see it but you. And if you walk away from what God has prepared for you on an individual, you're going to miss out on your purpose and serve somebody else's purpose. You understand? It is always look on the inside. God calls us the temple. You are the temple. The building is not the temple. You are the temple.
Nice.
So look to God and look inside, and everything you desire you will see.
We are in the last bit of quick fire. What was that one piece of advice that you took for gospel truth years ago, but along the way you realized that it was deceptive? They were lying.
Okay, this one is a bit pinching, but I mean, we're here to tell the truth, right?
That's what it is.
I used to think everything that is said on the pulpit is gospel truth. And most of it.
Oh, yes.
Because before you see a man of God, before you see a woman of God, they are man, they are woman. They are human beings. And every human being before the agenda of God, every human being has their own agenda. So, not everything that is said up there is gospel truth.
Yeah.
Because you're hearing it, bottom line, from a man, from a woman. So, I go back to the Bible. You want to understand God, if you read the Bible, read it for yourself. Do not let somebody else tell you about their God. It is good, but read that Bible for yourself. You will get revelations that you would never get from somebody speaking to you on the pulpit.
2 last questions, then we get to wrap up this show. We have seen the last couple of years people using the pulpit for political, reasons. As a faith-based artist and as a Christian, as a born-again Christian at that, how do you feel, and what are your thoughts on pastors choosing the sides that they are inclined to, political inclinations?
You see, like I said when I was starting, as a man, they have their own agenda before God's agenda. And when you read in the Bible, Jesus actually said at a point when they came to ask for tax, he said, give to Caesar. Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. And make sure you give to God what belongs to God. Me, I believe everybody has friends. You understand?
Yeah.
So maybe a politician is a pastor's friend and they need that political help.
Yeah.
But you see, it goes back to character and integrity. As long as it is not hurting what you are teaching of God, then it is okay. But then if it interferes with the teachings and the work of God, then it is not okay. That is why today we see a decade ago or 15 years ago, the born-again faith was the strongest faith that everybody believed in. They looked at a born-again Christian and say, oyo muntu wa Katonda bannange, which is not the case today.
Yeah.
Why? Because people have tarried away from the main cause, and now they are doing their own thing in the name of God. You understand?
Yeah.
I'll go back to individualism. And I'm speaking, as I speak to you, as I speak to pastors and everybody there, I'm speaking to myself as well. As long as it is hurting the mandate of God, stay away from it.
Yeah.
If it is not, go ahead and do it. Besides, the Bible says, give to Caesar, and give to God. So it goes back to individualism, it goes back to personal.
We need to run ahead with the best biblical verse you've ever heard, or one you'd recommend for people who are tuned in right now. Then we get to wrap up this show. And you're going to perform for us that song called Gimme Love.
Gimme Love, yeah.
It's a very powerful song.
You love that song.
Yes, yes. I rarely listen to songs and I get,
Big up on
in it.
Big up on yourself, Levickson.
Yeah.
I love you, my brother. Love you so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Best verse.
My verse is John 3:16.
Is that the verse on your,
Yeah, I have the Bible all over my body.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, this is the basis of Christianity.
Yeah.
It is the basis of love. It is the basis of godliness. I mean, love is my religion.
How many verses do you have on your body in total?
I have about 8.
8.
Yes.
And then you must have enjoyed your teenage.
Do you know why?
Yes.
Do you know why I decided to tattoo myself with Bible verses? We were in Australia doing fundraising. We were in this school. We entered the school and they gave us a lot of money, fundraising for the children here in northern Uganda. And they gave us the money, but they told us, do not speak about Jesus, don't speak about God, don't speak about anything godly. You go and sing your songs. Kati ekyo ne kinkwatako nnyo. Ne ŋŋamba ono gwe muŋŋaana okwogerako ye yanzija gye yanzija n'anfuula kyendi. Kati bwe mba sisobola mwogerako kammuteeke ku mubiri. You understand? So that as they listen to the music and enjoy the person of Exodus, they're going to ask, what does that mean? You understand? And I'll ask them, do you have a Bible? Or can you access a Bible on the line? You go and read it and you see what it says.
Guys, we need to wrap up, but I've just remembered one more thing. Man, we need to do this one as we wrap up. Yeah? Many young boys,
Yes, my G.
there are many strong voices for the girl child.
Yeah.
But of course, you also need voices for the boy child. There are a number of boys.
1 second. To everybody out there that believes that tattoos is evil, unless you are writing something evil on yourself, Revelation 16:19 says, and it was written on his thigh and on his robe, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So as long as it's positive, you're very okay to do it. Revelations 19:16. This is written on his thigh and on his robe, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
What advice would you give to the parents and also the young people watching? Some of these ones have been abused from home. Some of them have been abused from church. Some have been sodomized at home, church, amongst other places. This is a sensitive area, a topic that people don't want to talk about. But how do we protect our sons and our daughters?
There's an English word that actually says charity begins from home. You understand? If you cannot teach them from home, do not complain about what is being done to them out there. You are the first protector of your child. I know you have children. You have a beautiful wife.
I have 2 kids. I have a daughter and a son.
I love how you love your wife. I love how you love your children. I love how you love your children. So it goes back to home. You raise them up the way you want them to be. And at least you have an opportunity to be in the media, so you know everything that's going around. Make your children your friend. Because if your children fear you, they cannot open up to you. Make your children your friend. Make your parents your friend. Make sure you're friends. You understand? We are dealing with a lot of mental issues. People do not know. The people don't know about. Everybody abereo silently, but people are dealing with a lot. I dealt with depression for 6 years. Ninawe natuka ngampulira ngenda gweddalu ngandiwulira lijja. You understand? So it is very important to nurture them from home. Speak to them, with them, truthfully and honesty.
So this protection for you think should start at family level.
It begins from home. It begins from home. You tell your children what to do and what not to do, what to believe and what not to believe, how to behave, how to be confident, and that will protect them from anything and anybody, from all the sodomizers we are hearing about and everything that is going around, from all the bad habits that are creeping and cropping around. You understand? Most especially, you teach them money is not everything. You understand? Because most of us were lured with money into these things, into a lot of these things. So you have to teach your children values, character, and how you hold yourself. You understand? Is very, very important.
Give us that song, man. We need to wrap up this show in style. Shout out going out to my brother Katz. I was like, man, we need Exodus, should come on that a big show. And also
before we go even any further, I just want to thank Douglas, MC Katz. I want to thank DJ Nimrod, Galaxy TV. I want to thank you yourself. And a lot of people, I do not know somehow from somewhere, somebody put up a post and said, where is Exodus? And I saw a lot of people jump onto it, inclusive of Douglas, yourself, MC Katz. It shows that the impact is felt and the love is still with the people. And I appreciate that so much, man.
And people were surely missing you. Katz called me this week a number of times, man. We need to plug in this guy on the big show. He needs to come,
I know.
And I'm like, I've also actually been thinking about him.
I know.
I know.
And
here we've had a very good interview. I hope you had something to take home, from his story. And I hope you've been inspired in one way or the other. Okay? Yeah. Now let's have that song. Give me
Thank you so much for being our audience, guys. God bless you. You guys are amazing, man.
Lovely.
I love you.
Lovely. Let's go.
We are one family. We are one. This one is a peace song.
Everybody get on your feet. Let's bounce.
Speak up on yourself, living song. One love. What a one man. Why do you kill me? Yet I'm your brother. Supposed to love each other. Ka sound katono. Hey, bino bituzawa Mama, yeah, give me one reason.
Show.
Give me that proper foundation. Give me salvation. Give me motivation. Give me one reason.
Show.
Give me that proper foundation. Give me salvation. Give me motivation. Give